Live from beautiful downtown Auburn, it's the Newcastle TV Show with your hosts, Susan Rushton and John Downs, the Time Traveler. Today's guests, Denny Rush, David McEnroth, and Janice Wyckoff. And now, here they are, Susan and John.
So, why did I get second billing again? Why did I get second billing?
If you need to ask, you shouldn't have to.
I'm so tired of being the second banana in this whole operation.
What are you going to do about it?
I think,
Please, tell me. What are you going to do about it?
I can start by getting rid of the Portuguese pirate here. He's interjected himself into things even though he's gone. So I've got some news. Do you have any nice words you want to say to the pirate? Or?
Goodbye.
Yeah. Goodbye. He's out of here. No. Anyway, the sound guy, am I holding this mic in the right direction?
Sure, let's go with that.
Okay,
sure.
Good, yeah. I wish I knew
That's it. Lie to him.
I wish I knew what I was doing. Anyway, Susan Rushton.
So do we.
Yeah. Susan Rushton, as you know, has been on this show how many years?
12, 13.
12, 13 years?
Yeah, on this station. I've never been on this show.
Well, no. You didn't probably ever want to be again.
Probably not.
Anyway, and I've often been wondering why ACTV has not gotten more attention, because it's such a fantastic tool for Auburn. It's right up there with the Auburn Journal, Radio KI.
Yes, it is.
So what can we do to
well, we can get more money.
We can get more money.
You can contribute more money to. You can.
Oh, yes. Why are you flagging me down here? What is this? What is happening over here?
Hold your mic closer to your mouth.
Oh, holding my mouth. See,
Thanks, Cody.
I've had to give these guys little flags so they can tell the idiot. Tell me what to do next.
Yes.
Okay, let's do a little selling. Very
well.
Am I too close?
And you want us to sit down or not yet?
Well, not quite
There's
yet.
a check.
There's a check.
What a good idea.
Kathleen Harris. Where is it? Is that the camera right there? I'm not sure. Kathleen Harris, who is very magnificently offered to buy everything we have, and all the money goes to ACTV. We have
A CD.
A CD by Billy Buckman. Is that what they call these CDs?
Yes.
Not tapes. Billy Buckman, and you can have, and all the proceeds go to ACTV. Let's support our local community television. Billy Buckman is a $20 bill for some very, very, very fine music. We also have Chinese Builders of Gold Mountain by Bill George. That's $20. Oh, that's right. You can hold it up.
Yes, I can hold it up like this.
Good.
And you can
I've
talk
given you a
about
job. Very good. And that is a $20 price on that. And again, this all goes to ACTV. Let's support our local community television. And we have Sierra Stories by Gary Noy, which is a lot of fantastic history of the our Sierras. That is, again, $20. And this was kind of a fascinating thing, seeing as I'm a history buff and I love history, and I'm kind of probably in that book somewhere.
Probably.
More than likely.
Yes. Undoubtedly, about the time you broke your leg.
I'd love the soundtrack. Okay.
Okay, another one.
And then if you'll hold that one up,
we can't read this. California Glaciers.
And that is a Sierra College production. Did you know there's glaciers? Open that up. There's glaciers. Oh, you got to drop something first, don't you? Okay, there's glaciers.
Glaciers, California Glaciers.
In California, look at that. Bridgeport, look at that. I didn't. Did you know we had glaciers like that?
Nope. Actually, I knew they were on Mount Shasta.
Okay, well, there they are.
And I don't know if they're there anymore.
That's a beautiful picture book.
Yes. And it's from Sierra College, right?
Yep.
It's published by Sierra College, and it has lots of gorgeous photographs.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so this is a check from Kathleen Harris, which we really appreciate. So start sending some checks.
Kathleen.
What about our
nickels and dimes?
mugs?
What did you say?
K-High mugs.
Oh, K-High mugs. Yeah, K-High dropped by the other day. They left us a mug. I'm going to sell that one for about $10. You think that's a $10 mug?
If you can get $10 for it, John, it's worth $10.
I think that's the least that we can do for our community television, right? Okay. And a couple of things I wanted to cover very, very briefly. Kathy Harris was one of them. I want to apologize to. There's a meeting every Monday, every morning at the Meddler, Depot Bay. It's called the Babblers. And in our column, I have offended Jerry Kopp. You think you remember I called him an idiot in the column?
Well, you always call him an idiot.
Yeah,
and
well-
and he says, you're an idiot too, John.
Yeah, well, last week on the television show, I called him loopy.
Okay.
So I'm only saying this because Jerry was very, very kind to make this for the pirate.
Jerry's a good guy.
Jerry's a good
as
guy.
is the pirate.
And so, despite the fact that he's loopy, he's an idiot, he is one heck of a sign maker at Uptown Signs. I'll just
Uptown
mention his
Signs,
name.
right
Okay.
across the street from the Auburn Journal.
Right across the street from the Auburn. Thank you, sir. Do I hear an echo? Okay. So long, pirate. Okay.
And Jerry does good work.
He does. So anyway, now we're kind of stretched for time because we have a lot of guests that I didn't know were coming, and I'm happy with that. Would you like to introduce our first guest?
Yes. Our first guest is the illustrious Dave McEnroth.
Illustrious?
Illustrious, yes.
Who told you that?
I did.
Okay.
I think he's illustrious.
Here, hold it.
He's an important part of the community.
Hold my mic.
Therefore, Dave McEnroth is will be a wonderful guest, and he's
Hello.
coming. Yes, here he is.
I made it.
You made it, Dave. Welcome. And I get to sit here. No, I get to sit.
No, you get to sit the next one down.
Okay, you
Yeah.
get to sit there, Dave.
Right here?
You can sit next to that
This
pillow.
lovely
that's with
pillow.
And here, you can hold my statue
Oh,
of
I
me.
don't want to hold your statue. Thank you very much.
Anyway, well, I like that statue. Anyway,
Of course you do. It looks just like you.
it is like me.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's a story behind that statue. We'll get into that
Oh,
another time.
really?
Okay, I'm not used to holding this mic, so if I'm doing something wrong, Cody, you tell me, right?
I do that a lot.
Yeah, you do. You're a real royal. Never mind. Okay, so Dave, we're doing a big event in Newcastle, and I know that you've got to leave soon because you have a discussion with the Business Association. You want to tell us what's happening in Newcastle on the 22nd of May?
Okay, we got an exciting event. And this comes up usually annually, and this year you kind of pick a theme that's a little different than the year before. And we're doing the Newcastle Celebration Day on May 22nd from 11 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon.
Is that what that poster is all about?
And this poster, which is a pretty dramatic looking poster, I'll
Yeah.
hang it up there,
Yeah.
and gives you a nice view of it.
Yes.
And this poster is being placed out at this time in various forms, including smaller versions, but on the other hand, it states what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
And what we're trying to do here at this particular celebration day is to honor our veterans. And if you couldn't believe it, after checking everything out in the community, we have 2 veterans that really deserve special recognition, and we're going to go ahead and honor them. The first one is Colonel Bud Anderson, who many people know. He was a Newcastle resident, and so we're taking pride in the Newcastle residents. That's where we're going with this. And as a result of it, we've naturally selected him, and lo and behold, we got Robert McClintock, our U.S. Congressman, willing to introduce him and do the honors that day. So we got a wonderful program there. And then the second person that we thought of in the community that's a veteran, not that there aren't a lot of veterans in the community, but these are 2 that have kind of an outstanding background and make it deserving to honor veterans. And the second one is Barney Gruber. And he's a gentleman in his 90s as well and served in the battle at Iwo Jima.
Oh.
And being a former Marine Corps officer myself, somehow I'm a little partial to the United States Marines.
Yeah,
but in this
sure.
case, I said, when I knew that he lived in our neighborhood, I said, we have to honor this gentleman among all veterans that should be honored. And in particular, that war was having studied it as an officer in Quantico, it was a dramatic battle that took place during World War II. And just to bring out some of the features of it, you had about 17,000 Japanese defending this island, and we came in and to take that island, we had almost 23,000 casualties to go into this, of which we had approximately 8,000 who lost their lives in this battle. And anyway, we have a survivor of that whole skirmish, and the famous flag that you see at Arlington Cemetery that's on the monument there was taken at that time. And I asked Barney, did you see the flag at any time during the course of your stay? He says, no, I was working the beaches down there, but I heard about it later. And he was there for 37 days on the beach itself. And so we have an opportunity to honor him as well.
That's cool.
And there's probably a lot of other wonderful veterans we could be honoring in the community, but we picked those two in particular with the idea
to represent the others.
To represent everyone who served. And having served myself in the Marine Corps, I made arrangements with the Marine Corps unit out of Sacramento to come in, and they're bringing in a series of vehicles that are going to make, and the ambience is going to have a couple military vehicles there. And one of them's an upgraded Hummer with full hardware or military hardware on it, and it's got a pillbox on it. We got some interesting vehicles that we're bringing into this whole thing. Plus, we have a lot of other locals who will be bringing in other things. Native Sons are going to be bringing a couple of their old buckboards, and we get things like some of the cars done by Bob Stearns and a few of the other, but they're all local people that are participating. And this is small, having a gala event where we happen to be honoring our, on the other hand, we have booze involved. We'll have the Sheriff's Department patrol, among others, so the public agencies are represented. We'll have the newspapers represented.
This
we
is
have
really
all
involved.
the nonprofits involved.
Okay, so there's lots of stuff going on here.
One correction, Tom McClintock might take offense.
So we got it right. It's Tom McClintock. I made that mistake once before, and I apologize to that.
Okay.
It is Tom McClintock.
Lots going on at this event, and that lots of people are providing stuff. How much does this cost, Dave?
Well, surprisingly, it's not that expensive to put on the event. What we do is we fee to come in who are selling an item, and then the nonprofits get to come in at no expense, and then we usually do.
But if I want to come,
there'll be no charge.
You get charged double. Yeah.
That's zero.
I can't control John and his contingency. The time traveler runs to a different time schedule.
All right.
And
Yes,
we're running
that's
from
true.
11 to 4, and I don't know what he has in mind
What
at
he's
this
gonna
point.
be doing.
But he's
Okay.
not going to be able to charge anybody, because I assure you, it's a free event.
Okay, wonderful.
And we have some of the local food people there that'll be providing food in the vicinity, and it'll be a fantastic thing. We've got 4 bands lined up, and we're going to just put together just a marvelous gala convention. The Newcastle Elementary School will be performing. So I think the 3rd grade class is going to be performing again this year. And we just have things like that are taking place. Plus, we run a series of videos, historic videos, some of the Chinese era, some of the Newcastle era, the railroad era, and these are being held at special spots, so people want to go in and watch a 20 to 30 minute clip on the history involving Newcastle.
Okay.
It's there.
And where in Newcastle is this going to be held?
This is going to be held in downtown, what we call Marshall Square, Newcastle.
All right.
And we'll have the signs up coming right off the freeway where we
Can't
direct
miss it.
everybody in. And we have electric carts there for people that need to be disabled, that need
Good.
to be brought in. We have our local food vendors there that are ready to serve. It's a big affair, it's a fun affair, and